Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and I want to bring you guys my amazingness that is One Piece, the card game. And I'm super happy to say that this game is fantastic and really, really fun. And I felt like the easiest way to show how to play the game is just like going through the tutorial on the app, which you can definitely find in the App Store if you want to look up this up yourself and play it. But this definitely taught me how to play One Piece. Not to mention the friends who got me into the game. This game is going to be really, really great when it comes out in December. And I felt like, why not just make a video going over it right now? So we'll do tutorials and then we'll do an actual match. And I'll show you how to play the game. Alright, let's just go straight into this. So right now, there's a lot of rules you're going to need to learn. It's a lot different from Yu-Gi-Oh! So first things first, yes, we do get Dawn. So if you don't know, Dawn are basically energy, which we use in order to play cards. Without Dawn, you can't play cards. And if you're not able to play cards, well, you can't play the game. So, turn player gets 1 Dawn. And then player 2 gets 2 Dawn. And they draw 1. And then, basically, as you can see right here, every character has a cost. In this case, Zoro is 3 costs. So, it requires 3 to summon him. So, right now, this is like showing the middle of a game. We're summoning Zoro with 3 costs. When a character attacks, afterwards they go in defense position. So, for example, I'm attacking with Luffy. Luffy's getting blocked. So, basically, not blocked, but basically he's losing the attack. So, when a main character attacks, when you're attacking the main guy, they can protect themselves by discarding cards. You see how you can't really see it on these cards, but you see her right there, Vivi, that little red part right there of her card on the left hand side. Well, that shows you levels. So basically, some cards have discard costs, so you can discard them in order to increase your monster's attack, which is pretty solid. And right now, or not increase it, but protect your life points basically. So as you saw in this right now, we're just showing you how Dawn works. So Dawn is being put onto characters in order to increase their attacks, in order to help get through thresholds, but it's also being used to pay for cards, which is also fantastic. A really cool game. Cards that the first top 5 cards is going to be our life, and then when we take life, we draw the card, which is pretty fantastic. Which can also cause triggers, which we'll get into in a second. So look, he's attacking my monster. Brook had 2,000 health that he gives, so I discard him to gain 2,000. But now he's trying to kill my character, and when characters die, they go in the trash. So that's what's happening right here. So they go in the trash. I pass because I can't block. And that Vivi dies, which sucks. But hey, now I can start pushing. So now we're going to go over how a character dies. So every character, I believe, has 5 life. Unless their character specifically says they get more life. And basically, what you want to do is push them into 0. So notice how Kaido has empty life right now. Well, that means if he goes to 0, if he dies right here now, it's over for him. You get basically 6 lives because you get 5 Dawn life, and then you get 1 extra life. You had to kill him 6 times in order to win the game. So he blocked to protect his life, but now I'm pushing with Luffy by giving him a shit ton of Dawn in order to basically beat through whatever protection he has to try to push for game. And the whole point of this game is to kill your opponent by basically making him remove all life. And as you see, he lost, and that is it for the tutorial 1. I didn't go do too much. I hope my explanation helps. You can actually pause the video for all the explanation on the screen. I'm just trying to explain as fast as I can. So now we go to tutorial 2, Usopp. Let's see what we got here. So I believe this is where we're going to go over blockers and other mechanics like that. So first things first, we do get a mulligan. We don't have to draw. We draw the same amount, but we only get 1 mulligan. So there, I got my mulligan, and then bam, we have a whole hand and ready to go. So I'm going first. I only have enough Dawn for 1 character, level 1 characters, which in this case would be Tony Chopper. So all right, it's explaining the Dawn system yet again, how the Dawn works. So you notice how the Dawn's at 0 and the Dawn's at 1. The 1 means it was non-used Dawn. And then how it's on to the side, that means it's used Dawn. So I used 1 Dawn there to summon out my Tony Chopper. And now he's using his 2 Dawn to summon out Sheephead over here. And now it's going over field spells. So we can place field spells. We only get 1, just like in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they do have a cost to activate them. Well, not activate, but place them. And then this Dawn allows me to basically get a field spell. It gains me attack. When you use a field spell, it goes in defense position. You can only use the field spell once per turn. That's why I win defense. And when you attack, of course, you also go to defense. And as you can see about counters, so he's using characters in his hand in order to block the attack, basically, to make his character bigger than my attack, thus my attack does not go through. And now he draws, he plays a character. In this case, it is the Jack, the Drought. And Jack's basically about to basically trash cards in order to increase Sheephead, which is pretty cool. So now Sheephead 6,000. I can choose the block, or I can use the card in my hand, which is a trigger. So I'll counter. My apologies. Triggers only when they come from life. So I'm using the counter, and I'm going to gain 3,000 during that battle phase. Basically, this is, hey, I use 1 Dawn, and I basically gain a whole bunch of life, which is fantastic. I could choose the block, but instead I'm going to discard a Robin because she's 1,000, and that basically allows me to, hey, take the hit, which is pretty solid. Now I draw Jimbei, which is great, but I'm going to push with Sanji because Sanji has Rush. So if you don't know what Rush is, all characters besides Rush characters have summoning sickness. So Sanji requires 2 Dawn to be put on him on summon in order to so he can gain the ability of Rush. And Rush allows you to attack even when on summon. Every monster has summoning sickness besides the main ones. Oh, now he activated a trigger. So his trigger allows him to kill a character. Now, I think it's a little bugged. I believe his trigger should have allowed him to, OTK a character I control. But for some reason, it doesn't do it. And he's going to do it twice, I think, in this duel. And for some reason, it doesn't trigger, which is really strange. But that's fine. I attack again. He's going to get another one of these triggers. For some reason, it won't activate, though, which is quite strange. But it's fine. Maybe he just didn't want to use it, because I think he ends up using it like on his turn anyway, which is weird. And we'll just go from there. Yeah, he just didn't use it for some reason. And then, yep, I summon out a Toy Chopper. I have double blocking defense. It's his turn. Of course, the AI isn't the smartest tool in the shed. He's summoning out Queen, which required, I believe, 4 or 5 Dawn. And then he's just going from here. He's using Queen's effect to draw 1, discard 1. I'm using my Toy Chopper block. So characters do have block. Queen is a blocker, so he can technically block with Queen, which is pretty solid. But blockers, because the Toy Chopper is a level 1, only has 1,000 attack. So anything can kill this guy, basically. So once he blocks, he dies. I'm not going to sacrifice Renown for him. And then I'm going to block again with my Toy Chopper, which is fantastic. And then I'm probably just going to take the hit from Kaido over here, because I'm pretty sure Jinbei doesn't have a discard effect. So I'm just going to take the hit, which is fine. I'll pass. He hits me. Oof. And I draw into the best character in the game, Luffy himself, who's going to help me push for game. Because even though he has a blocker, Luffy is a rush character that is immune to blocking. Blockers, which is pretty fantastic. So I can just put a whole bunch of Dawn on him and push for game, which is I'm about to do. There is no limit to how much Dawn you can put onto a character or how much anything you get. I've won a game in real life where I put like 10,000 Dawn on a character. And as you can see, I'm putting 10,000 Dawn on Luffy. And I've even put 14,000 Dawn on a character just so you can push for a game. Because, again, I'm allowed to attack anything directly, which is pretty solid. Now, attacking characters can't attack face-up attacking characters. You can only attack defense position characters, except the main guys himself. You can always attack directly. And I guess he lost because he has no more life. And because even though he gained 10,000, I have 10,000 attack, defense that equals attack isn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! You still lose, which is pretty interesting, to say the least. You have to be 1,000 higher or you'll just lose that battle. And now we'll just go straight into an actual game now. So let's just go straight into this. We're going to go Luffy versus the Animal King Pirates. Spoiler alert. We'll see what happens. I guess if you this fight's literally happening right now in the anime. So pretty solid there. And yeah, let's see what happens. So I drew my hand. Looks like enemies going first, enemy turn. He starts off with the one Dawn. He doesn't have any characters he can play, so he just passes. One thing I love about this game is that basically you can't die first turn, which is fantastic. I use my one Dawn to summon out Nami. I can't summon out any other characters because they all require 2 Dawn. I decided just to give my attack to Luffy, but it doesn't really matter because I can't attack because only turn player can attack. So because he went first, will have the first chance to attack, which it looks like he's trying to do right now. I'm going to probably just take the hit, which I do. I take the hit, I draw a Robin because that was part of my life. And then I draw into a really, really cool guard point, which is pretty solid. So most likely I'm going to summon out Sanji and Brook, because Brook has the effect when he's on summon, I can use 2 of my used Dawn and put it onto a character, in which case I put it onto Sanji, allowing him to gain Rush without having to use it. So I just get 2 characters on the field for free. Then I use Nami and my main Luffy character's effect to put used Dawn onto a character. I put it all on Sanji and on Luffy. And then I'm just trying to push. And it looks like he takes it both. He loses 2 life. And then I pass turn. Characters, again, do have summoning sickness unless they have Rush or a fact that gives them Rush. So that's what the whole dazed and confused look is looking on them. So now he's attacking again. I think I'm just going to take it. Nah, sacrifice the duck. Why not? Duck sacrifice, and now I'll probably just take it. Or, do I care? Yeah, I'll just take it. I don't know. Just playing how it plays out. Ooh, I do get a trigger. So this actually took me a second to figure out how to put it on the field. But there, I trigger. I'm going to kill his strongest character because since it's a trigger effect, it doesn't require Dawn for me to use. I just instantly blow up a character he controls, which is great. I normal summon my Toei Chopper, who's a blocker, as we went through in the second game. And bam. We're going to use some used Dawn on some characters. And let's just get some people pretty big. We're going to keep, I believe I keep 1 Dawn just for the guard point. And yep, we're just going to clear Sheephead. And then we're going to use Sanji and we're going to use Luffy to attack Kaido. He's going to block, well, not block, but sacrifice a character to gain height for that battle. He's going to do it again, which is fine because it's all about card advantage. So as long as I keep him off card advantage, I'm winning this duel. And I also have field presence as well, which is also great. That's the one thing about the AI. It doesn't really know about field presence that well. The whole point of Luffy's deck is rush down of things. I probably will block with this, honestly. Did I? Nope. I'm just going to use the guard point. Oh, if it lets me. Just give me 1 second here. Let's see. And nope. It's still not letting me. I think I got to put it in a square, don't I? Not that square. How do I use this? Give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to figure this out. It's not letting me activate this card. And there you go. Okay, guard point. Let's just gain the attack. This is kind of unnecessary. I kind of just took the hit, but fuck it. We're just going to make it 8,000. So instantly it just doesn't have enough. And then I'll probably just block with the Toei Chopper just so I don't take any damage this turn. Clear the field just so that if I draw into any of my rushers, I can summon it and just go even harder. Let's see. I draw for turn. And it's, see what I'm talking about? I just drew a Luffy. And bam, we just get to summon him. He can attack this turn. And we're just going to start pushing for game. We have so much Dawn we can just start putting on characters. It's ridiculous. Like, he doesn't have enough. He does still have 3 life, so we probably can't kill him this turn. But we can definitely push through his board. So I'm debating how to do it here. I'm going to attack and kill his character first. And now I'm going to go after Black Marie. Oh, Black Marie will block. We can't attack position characters, but luckily she is a blocker, so she'll just take the hit. And then I can just attack with Luffy, and Sanji, which is pretty solid. Sanji doesn't make it in. Luffy goes in. He does block with everything. That's fine. And then he probably does not have enough for this. So he does. He sacrifices his whole hand. He doesn't. He's at 2 life. And like that, he is down on so many cards. I'm up on him on Dawn. I'm up on him on everything. He really can't do much. Oh, he's finally using his trigger. He kills a character. He killed my Luffy, but at this point, it's done. He uses the field spell. He trashes one of my life. So Kaido's ability is that he's able to trash a life by using 10 Dawn. It's not that great of an ability, but can definitely push for game a lot easier. But in this scenario, it's over. There's nothing he can do. I can literally just put 10,000 on a character to be it. But I'm just going to balance it out so that, hey, why not? Let's just get Nami in this. Let's just put every character into the 5,000 range. Why not? We already got this in the bag. He can't really do anything. He's literally top decking. And, yeah, every one of my characters is going to attack now. Face the Fury. So he's going to block that one. That's fine. He's going to take a Sanji hit. He's going to get a trigger, which is fine. He draws one. Then he's going to attack with a Brook. He's going to block. Whatever. That's fine. What's it called? Robin's going to get in. Robin gets in. He gets another summon. Now, this guy will pop the field, but what he doesn't pop is screwing him over. So he pops a used Robin, but hey, that just allows me to get 2 used on. I get to put it onto my Luffy, make him really, really big, and just help push for game. So that's it. That's One Piece for you. I hope you all enjoy. Take care.